I get the debate has gone too much into Bangladesh, focusing on its own territory too much, but still, I'm going to debate that way. First of all, Honorable Speaker, there are misinformations and wrong informations given in the House by the side opposition. Number eight, they have told us that there are supermarket chains that are foreign competing with local supermarket chains. That's a total blatant lie. Because, Honorable Speaker, there are no foreign supermarket chains existing in Bangladesh coexisting with the local ones. Bangladeshi government never would have approved that. Secondly, move on to the fact that they tell us that companies like Sony and Apple, they are no different than these supermarkets because they are foreign. Understand the difference between product and supermarket chains, because supermarket chains are kind of like vendors that you have in your own area or in your own neighborhood, that you have total number of 20 vendors selling to a particular 1 kilometer square area, right? Supermarket comes in and swoops in with that whole business and takes those vendors jobs out. That is the job of supermarkets. So the problem that we had with supermarkets in the first place were that they were taking the jobs of Bangladeshi vendors, or I don't know, Vietnamese vendors. So, Honorable Speaker, this is the problem that we had. On the other hand, they give us countless examples of products being, I don't know, thrashed into Bangladesh, like Bangladeshi mobile companies like Walton competing with Sony and Apple or even Samsung Galaxy. So the problem is, Honorable Speaker, that they did not understand the difference between products and supermarket chains, which we have clarified in our second speaker debate, third speaker debate, and now me in the reply. Honorable Speaker, understand the difference between our team and theirs, where we have come up and we have shown you very distinctive reasons why these retailers itself should not be led to enter, because number A, they push the local businesses out, number B, they give us some harm to society, and number C, it's very important that we protect developing countries because they have no power to safeguard themselves. On the other hand, they come up and they tell us that number A, on their most important logic, they come up and tell us that these international supermarket inspires young entrepreneurs. What the hell? I don't get them. I don't get the analogy. I don't get the analysis from them. They come up and they tell us that these people see the supermarkets running, works in there, and then their entrepreneurship that just flourishes. I don't get it. No explanation from the side opposition, and it's even very minuscule to rebut. Secondly, Honorable Speaker, move on to the fact that opposition wave comes up and gives us a hilarious logic like employment goes from 300 to 600 to 900 because there are a lot of supermarket shops. Understand it when I tell you that the more supermarket shops there are, the more jobs of vendors are getting cut. That means basing one in a particular place would mean 1,000 jobs gone, as we have already told you. Secondly, basing another one in that particular place, or maybe a farer one, would mean another 1,000 jobs gone. So every 900 jobs that you create, you'd be vacating 3,000 people. So that logic does not play out in the House too. Secondly, Honorable Speaker, understand the difference between creating GDP and GNP, right? The problem is, Honorable Speaker, they have told us that if these companies come in, the GDP and GNP will be growing. Understand the working of these vendors. They are simply vendors. They are not manufacturing anything, so there's no chance of growing the GDP and GNP. And these companies like Walmart and the Gap and Tesco, they do not pay their workers a lot much more money in order to grow your GNP or GDP. And also understand the fact that these money come from your own people, so they do not actually express, or they do not actually flourish your own GDP or GNP, because at the end of the day they are taking money from your own people and giving it to you. So on a comparison basis, what do we see? Whenever we told you that local businesses and direct harm to society happens, these stand because on the other hand they have come up and shown us how it's a very good way to inspire young entrepreneurs, and secondly there's a huge scope of employment, which is a blatant lie. And thirdly and lastly, Honorable Speaker, the healthy competitions, which do not exist because there are no foreign supermarket chains in Bangladesh. And in other cases we have told you that how Walmart and Tesco takes over Vietnam's own supermarket chains, and in other countries like Mexico and all those other developing countries like Argentina, how 7-Eleven has taken over and over again, and we have shown you entirely why it would be a very bad move for the whole developing country. Thank you.